Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another Eternal Evolution video. Today we're going to be doing a champion spotlight on Randall. I had a viewer request a champion spotlight on him, so we're going to mess around with him, and I might even try him in some different sets that I don't normally try. As always, the video is a champion spotlight, so it's going to be quite long. I'm going to go through the kits, I'm going to go through the gear, I'm going to try him in a lot of the content. There'll be timestamps below if you want to jump around if you only care about certain aspects of it. So all right, let's go. Enjoy the video. Okay, so first thing, Randall is an assassin. When you reinstall the game, it makes you watch the animation every time you click him again. Okay, so mine is hyper evolved, but I don't have any levels, so that's kind of like a minimal amount of stats. He's an assassin. I do have basically all of the talents done besides this one for accuracy because not super useful for him. Okay, so let's go through the kits, you know, the abilities. Let's see what happens here. So Phantom Assassin summons an 8-second shadow near the target, commands all the shadows on the battlefield to strike the enemy. Each shadow deals 252% damage. After the strike's cooldown will be reset. And each shadow deals 80% to enemies on its strike path. So it'll go through them and deal a little bit of AoE damage there. So Phantom Assassin swap positions with the shadow attached to an enemy farthest away from him, then strike the enemies with all shadows on the battlefield. So again, lots of shadows dealing damage. I will say that shadows do not count as summons. So in things like Ancient Altar or the Summoner boss, they do not count as summons for the extra damage. Flash cut is upgraded. It will now cut twice in a row, and second will deal 40%. Okay. Summons a shadow that can exist for 15 seconds near the farthest enemy without a shadow. When summoning a new shadow, the old ones disappear. The shadows cannot be targeted and will copy Randall's skills. If several identical skills hit the same target, it does a little bit reduced damage. Passive. During battle, if an attack damages Randall by 20% of his max HP, he can consume 200 energy to nullify the attack. After the effect is triggered 2 times in a row, it cannot be triggered again. This is kind of why the reason why you can use Randall for bait against heroes like Bailey or Rakkana. And I'll show you how to do that in the video. Okay, immunity triggered, blah, blah, blah. He can only take a certain percentage of max HP. Each instance of damage immunity reduces energy by 150 and can passively trigger once per 20 seconds. So instead of 200, it only takes 150. Yeah, okay. Phantom Assassins and his shadow throw a row of daggers into the fan-shaped area, causing 188% damage to the enemy. Every time a shadow casts a skill hits enemy on a battlefield, it will increase attack power. Each time a shadow on the battlefield hits an enemy with a skill, Randall gains 1.5 attack, stacking up to 4 times. Did I miss his... Okay, now we'll go through the exclusive, and this is where he gets some buffs for people in the same row. Now, I do only have Randall at exclusive 10. He is one of the heroes I do want to exclusive 20, but here we go. Let's read the exclusive. At the beginning of the battle, Randall and his same row allies shall have their attack increased by 9%. After 10 seconds, the attack buff will be reduced by 1% every second. The attack buff gained at the beginning of the battle should be increased to 14%. And as you go all the way up, basically you just get a bigger attack buff for Randall and the person in his row. And blah, blah, blah. For every enemy hit by the shadows, he gains an additional 2% attack. So you get quite a lot of attack boosting. So I kind of want to try him in an attack build as well and see how that works. The attack buff gained at the beginning of the battle shall be increased to 22. The attack buff provided by Randall should be increased to 4%. So nothing really amazing with his exclusive 30. You just kind of get more attack. So, okay. Now let's go over the build. I want to show you a couple different builds. All right, let me go through the gear I have him in. Back in the day, you used to build him defense, crit damage reduction, or defense and damage reduction because you were using that to bait Bailey into attacking him because Bailey attacks the target with the lowest HP. But honestly, now with Leo, it's not really necessary. So this is kind of the damage. This is kind of the build I have him in. Some crit rate, some crit damage reduction, and some damage reduction because I usually mostly use him in PvP. I'm going to try him in a couple different builds now in this video. It's going to be kind of a long video, but I kind of mess around with him in an attack set and a full glass cannon set. So you can see that kind of the stuff I have on him now is kind of like a hybrid. I'm trying to build a decent amount of HP, a decent amount of, you know, damage reduction, some crit rate, some crit damage, some attack, kind of a bit of everything. So he's got 46k attack, which is not a lot. It's kind of low, but I do have mine very low exclusive, as I said. So he's not going to get that attack and damage reduction and damage amplification. I don't know that he's really high priority for exclusive 20 because, you know, there's so many other heroes. I'm really waiting for another assassin to come into the game. I think that would be quite nice. Let me try to build him full attack because I've actually never built him full attack. So let's probably put some attack gear on him and let's see how that helps him as far as his damage. Now, obviously you want some crit rate as well. So let me find some, these are nice with some attack and crit. Let's use an attack. Crit damage, crit rate. Ooh, that's a nice helm as well. Okay, so we got an HP set, we got a crit set, we got an attack set, we got 50% crit. We have a little bit higher attack now. You can see I have 60.4k attack, which is actually quite high. Yeah, it's actually quite high. I think my Leo has less attack than that, so that's pretty decent. Now let's try him out with that attack build. I actually haven't tried it out, so let's mess around and see what we can do here. All right, so obviously the dungeon that he's going to be the most important is Terradome. In the beginning, he's going to be extremely good for Terradome. Let's try and Deesa just for fun, and then we'll go into Terradome. So let me just put him... I don't know if he can even live tanking in the front, so let's just try it just for fun. Let's throw him in here with... I guess I should probably have a healer in here. Let's throw a healer in here, I guess. All right, so we'll just do this, and I already used my stamina for today, so we'll just do one. All right, and we'll just compare his damage. Obviously, I'm using a commander that's not going to buff him, and, you know, I'm using some very strong damage dealers in here. So he's obviously in the damage meter not going to compare like crazy, but I'm kind of just curious if he can tank with a Mazrani healing him. Everyone's on auto. Okay, perfect. I have a feeling he's going to be able to tank no problem. You can see he's also going to, here's his shadows. You can see them on the screen here. He has a couple shadows at the same time and is able to hit the ad and stuff like that. Again, this is not the place you're going to be using him. But if you do have to use him in here in the beginning, it's okay to do that. I almost didn't make the timer, which surprises me. Let's see the overall damage he did. 5.5, quite low damage. Now, again, I'm just trying him in an attack set just kind of for fun. He's got some high attack right now. I can try him with some crit damage and crit rate as well. So Terradome is really going to be where he shines, and Terradome 15. So I'm going to put him in here with Bailey, so you can kind of compare him against Bailey. Again, Bailey is a monster compared to Randall in terms of damage, so we'll just see how it works here. Oops, oh god, I just moved the whole screen. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to move myself a little bit out of the way so you can see prototypes and stuff. Okay, so let's see his damage now compared. He's getting that huge attack buff. I don't know if that matters too much to build him attack. We'll run the damage here. Then I'll put him in kind of like a full attack build. Sorry, a full like damage build where I'll run some, you know, crit rate, some crit damage, etc., and some attack. You can see he's not taking any damage yet. Here he's going to take some damage from the boss. Nope, he dodged that one too. Okay. You can see he's not doing a crazy amount of damage. He's only doing 2.8 mil. Now this is this random attack build. I just threw him in. Again, I'm going to try something a little bit different after this. But this is one of the places he excels. In the very beginning, he's definitely going to be useful here to deal some damage for you. He didn't get hit this time, which is actually quite surprising. Maybe I'll build him full glass cannon and see if I can use him in here again. And we'll kind of see what happens there. Because maybe it's just luck that he didn't take any damage here. But look at this. 25 million damage from Bailey, only 3 mil from him. So maybe this isn't a good idea using attack. What he ended up with, 3.3, quite bad, quite bad. All right, so let's build him. Again, he's only EX10, so Nothing crazy. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit better with the EX20 just because he's going to get more damage reduction. He's going to get more damage. He's going to get more damage. He's going to get more attack. He's going to get more damage amplification. So let's try a little bit different of a build on him. Let me try him full glass cannon and just see how that works. Let me try to go... yeah, let's try to go full crit damage. Maybe we'll try a crit damage gloves actually on him. Let's try crit damage with some crit rate if we can get it. I don't really want to put him in a gluttony set. That would be kind of weird. Attack, crit rate, attack, crit rate, attack, crit rate. Attack. Here's a lot of attack. Let me just try this. And then we'll go here. We will grab attack, and we're definitely going to want some crit rate in here. Now that we have a, I got attack piece. That's unfortunate. Okay, never mind. Let's let's look for it. Yeah, let's go for a crit set, I guess. Oh, these are so bad. I'm just trying to use leftover gear. I don't want to take good gear off my other heroes, so we'll just throw something like that on him. Let's actually try him in attack boots, and let's try to get at least a little bit of some other damage stats here. This at least gives him a little bit of damage reduction, I guess, would be somewhat useful. So he's got decent crit damage. We're gonna need some more crit rate on him. HP, defense, crit rate. So that's quite a tanky piece, which is kind of nice. But let's see what else we got going on in here. What an unfortunate piece. I look at this every day and just get so disappointed. This was a triple roll, and then I just rolled directly into accuracy. Thanks, game. Crit rate, attack, defense, HP, crit rate, crit damage, attack, crit rate. Crit rate. Nothing amazing here. Nothing amazing for my leftover pieces. Let me search for crit rate. We'll just try a different build for him here. Let's see if we get something cool on the second roll. Crit damage reduction. Not really. Let's see if we can roll a lot into crit rate just for fun. Okay, crit damage reduction. That's dead. Crit rate defense. Crit rate. Nothing amazing. Let's just take this one with a little bit of attack and crit. That's fine. Damage reduction, crit rate, that one's fine. And this one we will go for, let's see, we got attack, we'll go full crit. Yeah, so we'll grab a crit piece here. Crit and damage reduction are good stats for him. He does want some damage reduction because he's a melee, right? And he's going to get hit a lot. So you do want to build some if you can afford to get some on him. There we go. Crit rate, crit damage. Give me lots of rolls in crit rate. Ooh, we did it. Okay. All right. That's actually a very nice piece. All right. So let's try that out. We'll throw that on him. 50%, 63, nothing amazing, honestly. He still has quite a decent attack. He must have a pretty solid base attack to have that much attack there without having anything here. Okay, let's try it again. Let's see if we can get him to do a little bit more damage. Now, he is in attack boot, so I'm going to see if he dies now in Terra Dome. Most of the people I think that are using Randall are going to use him in PvP in kind of that first build I have him where he's going to be kind of tanky and annoying. When he has Gautier or Megalodon or whatever this dude's name is, I keep on wanting to call him Megalodon, Hagridon, okay. You are going to want to use Gautier or Hagridon with him because it's just going to make him so much more give him so much more survivability and also increase his damage, right? Because after he uses all, it's going to be 60% more damage. So, okay, here we go. Let's see what happens this time, and let's see if we can get him to do a little bit more damage. But he only did like, what, 3.3 million damage last time. So let's see if we can get him to do a little bit more. Okay, you see he took one hit there, but he had the shield from the commander, so he didn't actually take any damage. He got knocked out of the ring a little bit. He does seem to be dealing a little bit more damage already because he's already at 1 million. My Bailey seems to get hit a lot more by the boss. Not sure why. I feel like I always lose my Bailey in here. Quite often I feel like my Bailey dies in here, but Bailey is quite strong in this dungeon. All right, so he's already done more damage, so that's good. Again, not doing amazing damage, but I'm comparing an EX30 Bailey versus an EX10 Randall. So kind of not really a fair comparison at all. Yeah, definitely not. All right, so you can see it actually almost doubled his damage. He's already at 5.2. So you can build him as a damage dealer, but again, he's not going to do amazing damage. I will probably EX20 him sometime soon. It's kind of hard to get the materials to EX20, so I haven't done it yet. Still, Randall somehow did not take any hits. Okay, so that's more of a damage dealer build. It got him like another 2 mil damage. Honestly, not amazing. Really not amazing, but not bad. Not bad. Bailey's really carrying that dungeon quite hard. Honestly, maybe I should take out Bailey. Let me go down 1 dungeon, take out Bailey. Nah. No point. No point. Since Arrow Marsh, you're really not going to want to use him. Ancient Altar, he doesn't get used in any of my teams, I don't think. Does he get used in my first team? Maybe he does get used in my first team. Well, my first team right now is like a nothing team. But I don't use him in Ancient Altar. You could maybe use him here in the first boss just because you take so much damage. There's just a crazy amount of damage going out. And Randall, you can build quite tanky, and he does some stuff for you. He's easy to live. And if you're using someone like Gautier here anyways, because most people are going to be using Leo on the first boss, so you could use him here with Leo. I have used that. I think actually on my free-to-play account, I do maybe use Randall here. Let me check real quick on my free-to-play account. I think I actually do use Randall in my free-to-play team. Let me check. At one point, I was using him there. Okay, I wasn't, but, you know, you could totally use him here because he's going to be a little bit easier to keep alive. So you could totally use Randall here. Let me throw him in here. You could totally use him. Now, let me... yeah, do something like this. He would totally work in a team like this in Ancient Altar because he is a little bit more tanky, being an assassin, getting the shield from Gautier or Hagridon. So you can definitely use him there if you wanted to. The big place you're going to probably use him is in PvP. If I go to my Galactic Arena team, I'm sure he's in that team. Let me show my defense. Yeah, so he's using in my team 1 here with another assassin and Crete. So this gives me basically 3 heroes that I can use with this commander. So I do use him in that team, and he's pretty good there. I do mostly use him in PvP. He comes in, he makes it into my Summit Arena team as well. He does not make it into my regular arena team. Where else would we use him? Twilight, I actually do use him sometimes in Twilight, but you're not going to use him in Assassin Bond. I feel like until we get another Triple S Assassin, I feel like no one's really using him in Twilight. However, I do use him in some of my throwaway teams. So if I'm going to basically just try to get some damage on the boss before a reset, I do use him in there because he actually does live decently long when you have him built in the original build I had him in, right? So I'm kind of going to move him back to that build just because he's kind of fun in that tanky build. At least I want to put him in damage reduction boots, in my opinion. So we could put him... I guess I can show you some of the other builds. Now, I showed you the defense build. So that's if you want to bait Bailey. Now, if you want to bait someone like Rakkana, what you would do is you would make sure he has almost no defense on himself, and you would build him in a full HP build. So let me just show that build as well. You know, you can use any type of sets, but what you're going to do is you want to get some HP here. This would be a good... this is actually a decent piece. It has damage reduction, high attack, crit rate, and HP. So you could build him something like that. And then for this piece, you probably want to do another one here, HP. Let's see if we can build... attack, crit rate, crit damage reduction. This one would be not bad. Here you do probably want damage reduction, so let's find some damage reduction. And for substats, you do want some damage substats, so he can at least help you a little bit with damage. So something like this. So we got attack, crit, crit. Okay, so this you would put into like an HP piece. So we would go in here. We would drop HP. And I don't know why it does this. I don't know why it shows attack. It is trying to push the attack set on me. I think because he just gets the bonus to attack. So if your attack's really high, obviously having more attack is going to help you. But you could just do something like this, except for you don't want the damage. You don't want the defense rolls because you do not want him to have very high defense. Another piece with defense, unfortunately. So let's do HP, and let's try to find one with like attack and crit rate, because I don't think my crit's very high. Yeah, it's not bad. Again, you don't want defense. You don't want defense. Here, this one, it's HP, attack, crit. Actually, this one would be pretty decent. So let's just roll this up real quick. HP, crit rate, perfect. Okay, so you could run something like this if you wanted to counter Rakkana. So let's put that there. There is this. Another thing is actually let's see if Soul Mine is open right now, and let's see if I have a Rakkana team. Soul Mine. Ooh, I have a Rakkana team. Okay, perfect. Actually, this is a good example here. So let me pull out Bailey. Let me put him in here, and let's see what we need to get him to counter Rakkana. So I'll put him in the back because that'll give him higher attack. And there you go. You guys can see everything. Let's see if he's able to live a couple hits. We might have to put him in a light gap set, and we can do that if we want here. So let's see who he goes for first. He does go for Rakkana. He does go for, Randall. So he was able to take one hit, and then he disappeared, went in here. So he's able to take a couple hits, which is actually quite nice, because sometimes Rakkana comes in there and just trucks your whole team. And it's quite insane, actually. Problem is I have to still kill Rakkana. Oh, this guy's been literally on manual the whole time. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let's retry that and actually use Daniel like we should. All right, let's try that again there. I forgot I have Daniel here on manual, so. Okay, where is my Rakkana? Let's go right here and let's stun Rakkana. Daniel died. Don't even know what killed him. I guess it was probably Nautilus or Luke. You can see Rakkana is just a problem. My Randall did live a little bit longer there, so that was kind of nice. Again, I don't have a very strong Randall. I don't have him exclusive, 20, which would be ideal if you're trying to use him to counter something like this, because it would just give him more damage, etc. Give him more damage reduction, give him more damage amplification, give him more attack. So, okay, that's kind of the applications for Randall. I built him in the defense damage reduction in the very beginning of the game just to counter Bailey, because in the beginning, Bailey was quite toxic, right? Let me kind of show that, I guess, in Arena real quick. Let me just throw him back into a defense build. I think I'll just throw him back into the original build I had him in. So we'll go defense. I think that was the original one I had. This was defense as well. Oh, no, this was crit damage reduction. Okay, damage reduction, resist, defense, fine. Damage reduction, okay. I think this was the original build I had, pretty close to it. We need one more attack piece. I think this was an attack piece. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. What did I have? High defense, damage reduction. You don't want a lot of HP, because you want him to be the lowest HP member on your team. This piece is nice. Let's throw that on him. There we go. So you can see he has pretty high defense, not crazy. He's got what, 7,000 something, but he does have a decent damage reduction. He's got whatever that is, 58% damage reduction, and he has some attack stats. So let me use him against another team in Arena, who has a Bailey, and I'll kind of show you how it counters him. One thing I have to check is his max HP. Is his max HP less than my Leo? Because my Leo actually doesn't have a very high HP. Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. His HP is quite low. Okay, perfect. All right, we'll go back into Arena, and then we'll finish up the video here. Kind of a long video, of course, but I wanted to test him out a lot. Not an amazing hero, but we don't have a lot to work with when it comes to assassins, right? All right, let's go to someone with a little bit lower power, someone who has a... Okay, so he's got a Bailey in his team. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw Randall and just show you how it works. So we got Randall in here. Let's hit play, and you'll watch. Let me put it on 1x speed, actually. Okay, you can see the Bailey is trying to get to Randall. He just dodged him again. Now he's over here attacking him again. And he spends a lot of time trying to mess with Randall. My Randall will still probably die because Bailey is quite a strong hero, especially compared to Randall. But you can see he's bought the rest of my team a decent amount of time, right? Another strat to get rid of Bailey is to have your Leo the lowest. You can see my Leo now is actually the lowest HP. So now Bailey's going to try to kill my Leo, and he's not going to be very successful for that. So this was kind of a strategy that worked before Leo, but honestly now I don't know that it's even really needed, because if you build your Leo full attack with high damage reduction, Bailey's going to go for Leo anyways. You can see there Bailey is still trying to kill my Leo. He finally procced his damage immunity, which is going to give him a good amount of damage. But now you can see, boom, Bailey's dead. And we got basically, it's going to end up being Leo versus Leo in here. Anyways, that's going to be pretty much it. We don't really care too much. I'm getting defeated because I didn't use Rez. I used Randall kind of as bait. But again, that was kind of more of a strategy that was used back in the day before Leo. I feel like now you just use Leo and you don't have to really worry about Bailey. But okay, that's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I just want to show you a couple applications, how to use him. Not an amazing hero, but definitely an assassin that will get used sometimes. I do use him in Twilight for some of the teams, throwaway teams, just because he can go in there. He can stun people using the Pain Rune. You do want to use Pain Rune with him and Flashpoint, right? That just like everyone else, just like Bailey, just like Crete, just like Leo, you want to use either Gautier or Hagridon and those prototypes. So, okay, that's it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. See you guys.